Yo, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy Kid, man. I'm back at y'all with another video, man. As y'all can see from the title, hey, man, I'm back at y'all with Tornado Alley, Real Time Tornado, Oklahoma, man. This is part 2. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I know it's been a good 5 days since I did part 1, but yeah, man, I've been kind of busy, so yeah, man. You know, we're here today. You feel me? Do this jump, man. Part 2 of Tornado Alley, Real Time Tornado, Oklahoma. You feel me? Part 1 was crazy, bro. It was crazy, bro. Now we getting into. I think now we're getting into like they're getting into more in detail, like the schools, what happened at the schools and everything, you know, and I think right now they're probably getting into like from kids, because I'm pretty sure from this tornado when I looked it up, two schools got hit. I think one got hit worse than the other though, but I think both of them got hit pretty hard. I think both of them got hit directly. Both of them got hit directly for sure, man. That's really like the worst thing, you know, to know, you know, that you couldn't get to your kid in time, you know, obviously you couldn't get to your kid in time, you know, because obviously the tornado was already too close, you know, just like I think we left off where what's his name actually got to the school with his son was actually the thing, and I think that's a good thing that he was able to go through that tornado with his son. Because I think I would have been more scared knowing that my son is going through that tornado by himself, you know, not with his parents, you know. And I know for me that would be devastating for real, you know. And but yeah, man, we're gonna get into the rest of this, man. Part 2, man. Yeah, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, bro. Hey, bro, I'm put the link in the description, man. Make sure y'all check out, man. We just dropped the Smacker Facts video, man. It's a banger, bro. Yeah, make sure y'all go check that out, man. If you haven't, man, please.
We went out to the end of the parking lot. There were people running up and yelling their kid's name. And I can't imagine how you would see the destruction that occurred and believe that there were survivors. Amazingly enough, we were very, very fortunate, and no one died in our building.
That's wild.
Me and Benji got out. A bunch of his classmates. So we're good.
It's good though.
We're looking for help right now. I'm trying to go to the front. Where's 7-Eleven's at? Me and Benji.
Benji and I walked 40 city blocks. We were soaking wet. And there was a boy. I say boy, he was an older student, probably teenager. This teenager gave him his Westmore hoodie. And that meant so much to me. There was a guy behind me, and he was kind of like, do you need help? And I said, no, I'll be fine. Right? He's like, I can't let you walk. I cannot sit here knowing that you're injured walking. And I'll take you. And I've always wanted to say thank you to that guy, and I always want to say thank you to that young man that gave Benji his Westmore hoodie. They really helped me that day. I want to thank them for helping me that day.
Everyone was needing help. People on one side of the city didn't realize that the other side was just as bad. And the hardest thing for me, and I know some of the other officers, is just seeing the hurt on people, knowing how much they've lost. Literally a quarter of our city was gone. So knowing what all the people were going to have to go through to get their lives somewhat back to normal was probably the most difficult part.
I came back from Iraq a couple years ago, and the devastation, the debris, it took me back to Baghdad after a car bombing. We have shrapnel, deaths through legs, people not moving, casualties, bad casualties.
It just assaulted the senses. You smell gas and fire and just that earth scent as it's churned up. It was absolutely heartbreaking to see it so fresh, so raw, so immediate. And probably the most heartbreaking part was the sounds that still ring in my head to this day. People screaming for help from under debris. They are trying to remove the heavier debris so they can get to someone at the bottom of that rubble. And then the silence. when the emergency personnel can't get to them in time.
We have kind of the basic stuff, the first aid kit, some gloves, which proved to be very handy that day, and just some heavy duty boots. People were running around looking for their loved ones, asking if they'd seen their pets. We'll look for it if we see it. We're looking for it. It was sad to see animals affected by it because they had nowhere to go. They had nowhere to take shelter. You could see injured horses roaming free in the pasture. And some of those horses had to be put down just because they were so
I knew you were about to say
badly
that.
injured. Periodically, you could hear gunshots in the distance, which was very heartbreaking.
No, this right here, that's the Plaza Towers Elementary School. We're just north of 19th Street, south of 4th Street.
I've been told that this is no longer a search and rescue operation. It's now a recovery mission. It is my understanding that there are up to 24 children trapped at the bottom of that school right now.
Patients that I see that complain about dry mouth, they feel like they have to drink a lot of
Bro, that's what I was just talking about, bro, in the beginning of the video. Like, I knew he was about to get into the schools, and
can cause increased
because this was kind of what it was leading into in part 1.
I like
But
to recommend Biotin.
yo, that's
Biotin has a
just knowing that you couldn't get
full array of
that you couldn't get to your
products
kid.
that replenishes the moisture in your mouth.
I can't even imagine, bro.
Biotin definitely
I really
works.
can't even imagine.
It makes patients so much happier.
It's just crazy, man.
There were 7 children who didn't make it out alive. And I understand they're going to start pulling these tiny victims out of the rubble here shortly. But there's one image that stands out in my mind. I saw the search and rescue personnel, and they're heaving tiny desks and chairs up in the air. And then beneath all of that, there are children who unfortunately didn't make it out alive.
That's the end of where the first grade classrooms were. After the tornado, there were these levels of accepting how serious the situation was. I felt like I needed to process everything. And so I went back. There's a car in the middle of Mrs. Goodman's classroom. I saw X's spray painted. I knew that meant that the first responders had gone through everything, checking to see if there had been loss of life. We were just so fortunate. That was the girls' bathroom, and there's the boys' bathroom. This is where we were first lined up when I was texting parents and friends, and the lights had gone out, and then we went into the bathrooms. That's my door right there. As teachers, your classroom is like your second home, not only for yourself, but for your students. It's hard to see your classroom home just destroyed. A place that used to be full of kids' laughter and learning and activity and all that kind of fun stuff, just ripped apart. But I was so fortunate. Did not lose my home like so many, my children's lives, and my own life. It's a reminder that our time is short. Appreciate your loved ones, appreciate the time that you have.
Cat, no cat.
One foot was wedged here. Noah was behind me. He was grabbing my leg. He had his foot against the door. I was back here.
I was between the toilet and the wall, hanging on the toilets to make sure that I don't go up with the tornado.
But I remember the walls feel like they were gonna come. Pressing and pressing. push. It's like this. And I guess with enough force to keep this off, and I push this. And
Because his legs was holding up these walls, and his hands was like holding up this wall, like kind of like standing up in the air, just making sure that those walls didn't crash down on us. Yeah. It was hovering over almost all of us. Yeah, like an umbrella. And it felt really scary.
I pushed everything. It was all over. I just pushed everything and just started throwing stuff out, and you could see.
Those walls almost crushed us, but my dad, he
Saved our lives.
He grabbed those walls and threw them.
First boy out, second boy out, Benji, another boy out.
If it wasn't for my dad, we would probably not be here right now. We'd probably be under rubble.
These are, let's say, our heads. Dictionaries right there. That's what we did. We got out.
Sam wasn't here that day because if he wasn't there and that wall still kept on falling, it probably would have crushed all of us. He was a big hero.
I'm not the hero. Those guys are the heroes. Those kids are the heroes. I just help.
$39 minutes. That shit was on the ground 39 minutes, bro. Basically, oh my God.
Anytime you have fatalities in your city, you feel somewhat responsible for that. You know, you don't want anyone to die in your city, especially kids. But just seeing that it had gone through several schools, just looking at.
And you gotta think 39 minutes is very long for a tornado. Because tornadoes are usually down for like 10 minutes, 10, 20 minutes, maybe 20. 39, that's damn near 40, that's damn near an hour. Snow was down for damn near an hour, bro. That's a lot of damage being done. And it was an EF5.
Very tough and resilient.
Shit is crazy,
Care
bro.
about your neighbor. It's you last and everybody else first. And that's the kind of love that you feel here in Oklahoma. When we first came into the damage path, there was an American flag hanging from a tree. I don't think somebody put it up there because we were there that soon, and it was hanging there. That image right there kind of stuck out in my head, like, why is that flag hanging from the tree just like that? When so many houses were gone. We actually had minor damage at my house, but 100 yards away, there's nothing left.
We didn't lose our house, but I knew that there was still a lot of tragedy. Okay, I know my family is okay, but I know that there are many, many families out there that are not.
Oh, it ended up being 3/4 of a mile south of my house, but at the same time, it just devastated so many people. And that's why you got to live life one day at a time and protect our loved ones and our fellow man.
Oklahomans are very strong people. You just gotta help one another, you know? And that's exactly what we did. We helped each other.
When Mother Nature is at her worst, human nature is at its very best. You look at more today, and this community is rebuilding, bigger and better and stronger. And it's because of the resilience of Oklahomans. It's the Oklahoma standard that we have grown accustomed to here. And to see that, that is the good that's come out of May 20th.
Ooh, man. Yeah, man, I definitely want to make sure I went ahead and got that part 2 done for y'all, man. It's crazy, man. Just seeing, like, for me, it's just seeing the damage that it did. And what stuck out for me the most was the fact that it was down 40 minutes, bro. That's very long. I feel like that's very long for a tornado. I'm pretty sure that is. That's very long for a tornado. Because most tornadoes, I think, are down for a good 10, 15 minutes. Maybe 20. I think that's average for a tornado. To be down 40 minutes and it's going through a residential area, that's insane. That's really insane. You know what I mean? That's a lot of damage being done for damn near an hour, bro. That's a lot. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man. You know what I mean? Y'all let me know in the comments, bro. I wonder how Moore's doing now. Are they still recovering from this? Like, is Moore, Oklahoma, are they still recovering from this tornado? Or, like, I feel like that's a lot of damage being done. So, I mean, I feel like, it was like 2013? So, that's what? Like, shit. That's like 7, 8 years ago, something like that. There's somewhere around there, 7, 8 years ago, something like that. You know what I mean? But that shit's crazy, man. yeah, I hope. I just hope they never have to go through something like that again, man. I hope never, because I do hear that Oklahoma is like a tornado magnet. I feel like that. They said they have tornadoes all the time. You know what I mean? So it's like, or tornado warnings all the time. I don't know if they have tornadoes all the time or not, but I just hope they never, I hope anybody don't have to ever go through this. I mean, has to go through this, you know what I mean? Especially when, because for me, the crazy part for me is the fact that it's Mother Nature. Like, for Mother Nature to be able to do something like this is crazy. It's insane. But yeah, man, that's gonna do it for the Oklahoma one. You feel me? Next one we probably gonna be getting into most likely Joplin. Next one's probably gonna be Joplin for sure. Probably Joplin. I was deciding between Joplin and Henryville. I mean, we're gonna do both, but I think I'll probably do Joplin next. And then yeah, you feel me? Then we gonna get into the Henryville. I think we got Hattiesburg. Yeah, that might be all of them, to be honest. But yeah, I got plenty of weather stuff we getting into, man. So y'all stay tuned, man. We gonna keep digging into this weather, man. There's so many different things like in the past. Obviously, I know from America, you know what I mean, of course. But it's like, for me, I've always only been really fascinated with tornadoes, but I really want to dig into other like different storms, like hurricanes, you know. I was actually looking up a couple volcano eruption videos, you know what I mean? So like we got plenty of stuff we gonna dig into, bro. We gonna get into these motherfucking videos, you feel me? But yeah, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, bro. Like I said, man, in the beginning, man, make sure y'all check out our newest video that we just posted, man, Smacking Facts. That shit was a banger for real, bro. It was geek, bro. It was funny, it was good entertainment, good content, bro. So y'all go check that out. And yeah, man, I'll catch y'all next video, man. Peace. Yes, sir.